what would you guys say is like one, maybe two traits that a person needs to have success in this industry?
Easy. Resourcefulness. That's my number one.
What does that mean to you? How do you define resourcefulness, Jake?
Totally. So taking ownership and understanding the resources that I have at my disposal. For example, there's this thing that we have called the internet. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Is it like Google? Is it Google? Yeah.
Because the internet has an infinite amount of information. We live in the information age, right? The ability to practice resourcefulness, what that looks like to me is if I am unclear, if I'm uncertain about a particular part of our business, I, as an entrepreneur, that's what the best entrepreneurs have. That's one of their biggest traits, is they understand the importance of being resourceful. If I don't know something, I've got to figure out a way to find out the solution or find out how to do that thing. Let's say I need more training or more knowledge or a better understanding, whether that's solar, whether that's sales, whether that's stuff about leadership. I can access this information. I just have to find it. On the contrary, and we see this often in rookie reps, people that are newer to the team, and this isn't to bash them, but sometimes we're pretty like transparent about talking about this. Sometimes reps will have kind of like a silly question. And
how it is. It's a dumb question.
And I'm like.
I mean, it kind of is.
So I'm happy to answer that. I always want to empower them, right? We don't want to ever shame them. Happy to answer that, little Timmy, and I'll give them the answer. But FYI, there's this thing called Google.
Yes.
And so, like, just a little bit more resourcefulness is going to help you, Timmy.
What is SDG&E's number?
Yeah.
in your journey with us. So that's just an example, but I think resourcefulness is huge.
Yeah. Sure. And that reminds me, in the military, we learn resourcefulness, right? In the Marine Corps, we were, when I was a junior Marine, we had to read this book called Message to Garcia. And literally the message is, you have this lieutenant that is given this message from John F. Kennedy, and all John F. Kennedy says, now this is not a true story, I don't think it is, but it's just John F. Kennedy gives this lieutenant and he just says, deliver this to General Garcia. That's all John F. Kennedy says. And the lieutenant didn't say, well, where is he? What does he look like? Will he know I'm coming? He didn't ask these billions of questions. He just said, yes, sir. And then he figured it out.
Let's go.
Right? And then that book teaches you resourcefulness. The lieutenant, he just had one clear instruction. Hey, deliver this message to General Garcia. And then he figured out the rest, right? And that's resourcefulness. It's like having this awareness of, okay, let me pause. Okay, the end goal is I gotta call SDG&E, right? Okay, what resource do I have right now available? Oh, I have my phone.
That's
right.
powerful.
Oh, I have the internet. I have Google. What is SDG? Like, it's simple, right? It's having this awareness of just pausing and being like, what do I have at my disposal, instead of being lazy and wanting someone else to do the work for you.
Yeah.
Should do a training on that.
Yeah, right. So that's good, dude. Love that. You know me. I'm like, resourcefulness. Come on, dude.
So
yes.
What would you say, Jordan?
Number one trait to look at?
Yeah.
You can't say be good looking, so.
That does. No, you know what? No, listen, I've actually found that can actually be a negative, because hear me out. People who are good looking on the doors don't experience rejection often enough in life as somebody who might be average looking, and they're not as seasoned to rejection, so they have a much harder time in the beginning as well. But that's not what I would say.
Good looks can help you, but also can hurt you in that way for sure too.
Sure, yeah.
For the record, don't you ever stop and think that Jordan kind of he looks like Justin Bieber sometimes?
Yeah,
do you see that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Long lost brother.
Right now, put a photo of Justin Bieber next to Jordan, and we can take a vote. But anyways, go on.
Just because we're both. Anyway, all right. Number one trait that I look for, I don't know if it's really a trait, but like a question that I ask every single rep is, what is your why? What is your why? What is your vision? What is your purpose? Why are you doing this? Why are you coming into a door-to-door, commission-only job? Why? I've just found that people with families, people who are married, people who are really clear on their why and have that hunger and that motivation just like end up doing way, way better, because what a why is, Another word for a why is a vision. You know, like I can see myself providing for my family, giving them an extraordinary life, giving them the life that I never had, you know, growing up, you know, or whatever, you know, fill in the blank for whatever it is.
Yeah, I think if you're in the business only to make big money, like you're not gonna last.
That's a weak why.
Yeah, exactly. And you are going to go through pain and adversity in this job. It's not a matter of if, it's when. And you know what? I'm so grateful for it, because some of like the reason I am the man I am today is because, you know, I went through it kicking and screaming and crying, but I walked through that pain and adversity and came through on the other side. And I'm so grateful for it. And you know what? Having a vision and a why is what gave my pain in those seasons a purpose.
Wow.
If your pain doesn't have a purpose, you're not going to last in this job. Well said. So if somebody's pain, like that, like, you know, they don't have a purpose for their pain, okay.
Yeah.
Go to Sunder. I don't know if I can say that on here, but like, you know.
Get something for your pain. Like, that's my thing.
No pain, no gain.
You want to get something for your pain. Like, there's a cost to that. I've been through a lot of discomfort and darkness in my life. I might as well get growth. I might as well get a growth experience out of that. So I agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like some of the best people we have a story of they went through a lot of pain.
Adversity,
you know,
in the beginning. They all did.
Yeah, and you know, and that's our division, right? The name of the division is Valor, because it's supposed to represent we're going to become someone who has a spirit of valor, right? Where valor means that you can, you know, head danger and hard stuff like fate, like head on and go into it, and really all of us. Anyways, like we have a lot of people in our teams that were previous drug addicts, right? And then now they're, you know, successful, happy. We have people who were dropped out of college or didn't do well in high school, but now they're making more money than doctors, you know? So I feel all of us really, at least in our division, like we have about 200 people in our division right now. We're a little broken, but like you said, they allowed that pain to give them purpose. And that's huge, right? Like we have to have a deep why. And I do this exercise, it's called the 7 layers deep exercise, where essentially you ask yourself why 7 times. Hey, why do you want to do solar? Oh, I want to make a lot of money. Okay, why do you want to make a lot of money? Well, I want to retire my family. Why do you want to retire your family? And then you do it 7 times. And if you do it right, around the 4th to 5th level, you get out of your head and into your heart. And that's where it gets deep, right? Because like Jake said, if you make it about the money or the cars or the lifestyle, that'll last for a season, but it won't get you when shit gets really hard. You know, I mean, how many crises have we been through over the years? So many. I feel like every year there's at least one major crisis. But 6-7 years later, here we are. Because like you said, we have a deep why, right? Like you guys are married.
Powerful.
You know, Jake just recently became a new father. You know, I'm married, I have 2 kids. And like you said, like families, when family men, they naturally kind of have a big why. But that's huge. I love that, dude.
Correct.